I share greetings, Grand Rising, a grand day, and peace and goodwill to you all once again, my fellow natural native earthly humans. Yes, you, the earth's organic humans, the soulful humans, the world over. And welcome to this, the third in the series of my lecture presentations titled Redemption from the Curse of the Black Spell Revisited. Yes, I am yours truly, the Mystic Philosopher. And many thanks for stopping by and for giving of your time to listen and possible to be provoked into re-examining some of your long-held beliefs and maybe to think or to see things a little differently. Now, if you haven't watched or listened to part 1 of this series, part 1 and part 2, and in that order, I ask that you please do so before going forward with this part 3, or that you please do so at your earliest convenience. Now, this part 3 is the continuation of where I left off in part 2. And so by watching or listening to these presentations in the order in which they are done, and especially if you are indeed a free, deep, critical, and analytical thinker, you will be able to get a much deeper, a much better understanding, and overstanding of some of the unique, thought-provoking ideas and insights and perspectives that I am sharing on many different topics and subjects, and the many different topics and subjects that I will be covering throughout the duration of this series titled Redemption from the Curse of the Black Spell Revisited. And I will start off this part 3 by talking a bit about the thing called the mind. Now, from my perspective, the mind, or the thing called mind, is also non-physical. And it is within the mind that all creation and all formation takes place. Meaning, the aforementioned things in part 2, namely the car, the train, the ship, the airplane, the rocket, etc., were first created, aka were first formed in the minds and aka in the mental spaces of their inventors before they were able to, the inventors were able to physically manifest them here or to bring them about here. You must have heard the saying, for if you can dream it, if you can imagine it, if you can see it in your mind's eye, and the mental screen of your mind, your mental space, your creative zone, etc., then you can eventually manifest it or them here. Anything and everything begins in the mind or in our mind. And those of us that are in the know also use the mind, use this knowledge to infiltrate our minds, or each other's mind, infiltrate our mental spaces, our creative zones with what? Words, using words, sounds, frequency, vibrations, signs and symbols, etc. To what? Use it to deceive us. These things are used to deceive, to bewitch us, to cast spells of evil on us and over us, to govern and to control us. They're victims. Now, if or when we are creating something new, or to say it another way, if or when we are bringing into this reality something new, then this is the formation process. Or if you prefer, the formation process is as follows. Now, please note, I'll be reminded that to bring something, whatever that thing or that something or something is, literally means that we are relocating it. We are transferring it from one location to the other. In other words, to bring something or anything into this reality literally means that we are relocating it from another reality to bring the cup, take it from here to there. And in this case, it would be to bring it from the metaphysical plane, from the mental plane, from the abstract realm to the physical. And some of us would say to make dreams come true, you have to bring it from the dream world into the real world. So, for emphasis, let me repeat. If or when we are creating something new, or to say it another way, if or when we are bringing into this reality something new, then this is the formation process. Or if you prefer, the formation process is as follows. 1. When that thing first impinges on our mind or on in the mental space, it is known as an inkling or a notion, a hint, or an impulse. When other related and like-minded inklings, notions, hints, or impulses are attracted and added to it, it then becomes what is commonly known as an idea. Ideas are made up of impulses, inklings, etc. Now, when other related and like-minded ideas are attracted and added to it, it becomes a complete thought. Meaning, a complete thought is formed. Now, here we have, once a complete thought is formed, here we have at least 4 options at our disposal and from which to choose, and they are as follows. Number 1, we can choose to remain silent with that complete thought. Yes, we can choose to remain silent. We can do nothing and keep that thought to ourselves. Number 2, if we are in tune and aware of and enlightened to our mental powers and abilities, and if all our capabilities are activated, meaning if elements of our higher DNA is activated, we may choose to communicate that thought telepathically. Meaning, we may transmit that thought, we may choose to transmit that thought through the ether, the etheric realm, to someone who is also in tune into our telepathic frequency. We are on the same telepathic frequency. Number 3, we may choose to express that thought in a work of art, A-R-T. And number 4, we may choose to communicate and express our complete thought using the spoken or the written words, aka spelling and casting spells. And a thought that is expressed using the spoken or the written words is called a sentence, aka spelling and casting spells. We'll be talking more about that as we go along. Now, from this explanation, one may agree that everything that we may be able to think of exists, and it is, was, and shall forever be. Whatever you think of exists. How we interpret, how we know, understand, and understand and make use of all that is and all that we can think of may be up to us, or it may be up to those or that which program us, influence us, and control us. Now, this is going to be the end of part 3 of this series, titled Redemption from the Curse of the Belak Spell Revisited. So please stay tuned for part 4, where I will continue to talk more about the things called words, thoughts, the universe, and by extension, the universes or universes. In the meantime and between time, He is willing that you be more. In your becoming, that you be more and much, much more, and definitely not be less. Don't let no one be less you, but be more. For I am the Mystic Philosopher. Ashe, 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 I say. Thanks for listening. Please share.